So let's go to our studio in Abuja. The chairman of the Sports Reforms Committee, Godwin Kenka, is standing by to talk to us. Good evening, Godwin. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Austin. I'm glad to be here.
Okay, good to have you join us once again. Your team did so much work, presented our report to the Minister of Sports, and now we're hearing that sports in Nigeria is going into a state of emergency. What did you guys discover?
We discovered a lot. I don't know if discovery is the right word. I think a lot of this has been in the public domain. You remember we had several retreats with stakeholders, with resource persons, and we all identified what the problems were. And we had the responsibility of coming up with the solutions and a blueprint to take sports out of the doldrums. And going by your take, I think desperate times require desperate measures. So I can see where the minister is coming from. We have come up with a blueprint that people who are at the presentation and who have seen the document think that will make a huge difference, and we thank God for that. Basically, the problems of sport in Nigeria are human. It has nothing to do with facilities. It has nothing to do with money. So we have done a lot of case studies, and we've come up with a very compact document that we think that if it is implemented, will see us becoming a top sporting nation in 10 years.
Thanks for giving the baton to me now. Godwin, there are a lot of ways we can start tackling the problems associated with sports in this country, but with your findings, what is that basic step we need to take to make Nigerian sports admirable again?
Yeah, if we break it down, if I'm going to summarize the entire report, I can summarize it in one sentence. And like an executive summary, like the goals of the reform, it says the main goal of the reform will be to facilitate the departure from a service-oriented model which focuses on attending competitions and meeting statutory obligations to a development-oriented model that is coaches-led, athlete-centered, and private sector driven, with enabling policy trust by the government. Let me just repeat that. To facilitate the departure from a service-oriented model which focuses on attending competitions and meeting statutory obligations to a development-oriented model that is coaches-led, athlete-centered, and private sector driven, with enabling policy trust by the government. I mean, that summarizes our 56-page report. And I think that everybody believes that we had lost the plot, and now we need the sports to go into the hands of the private sector. And the way we are driving it into the private sector is not by going to beg for sponsorships, but by putting incentives, a performance reward system that attracts private investment. The private sector is about expectation. Okay, you invest and you expect your reward. The public sector, if I put it for want of a better word, public sector is about, now give me money and I do this. And you give the money and it doesn't get done. So that's the difference. So what we have done, I'll just give you two examples of what we have suggested that will make a clear difference in our mind. We have suggested, or we have recommended, that a gold medal, any athlete who gets a gold medal in the Olympics should get 10 million naira. A silver medalist should get 7.5 million, and a bronze medalist should get 5 million. No questions asked. Once they get that, once they get their gold, they get the money. It's not a novel thing from us. The United States has the same policy, or has the same formula. They give $25,000 to a gold medal, I think 20 to silver, and I think 15 or so, 10 to bronze, 15 to silver, and 25 for gold. And you see when these guys are almost diving and killing themselves and burning the tracks, they know that there's a reward at the end. And now what that does is that you have a private sector investor who thinks that if I can produce 5 gold medalists in boxing, for instance, if I set up a boxing gym and I can produce 5 gold medalists, I get 50 million.
That's right, Godwin. I'll just hold your thoughts. I'll get back to you. We'll continue that discussion as regards how the private sector can come in, and we'll talk about the roles of the federation. Just stay right there. You know what? Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll continue the discussion. Don't go anywhere. Stay.